So originally I was gonna do a video on the whole like conservative claim that the Nazis were far left socialists, but I'll get to that later. I might. I don't know. What I'm really gonna do is show you something that causes me physical pain. You'll see. You'll see. All right. So the hypothetical highways wiki. Okay. So this is the hypothetical highways wiki. It is basically a wiki where anyone can publish their own hypothetical highways, like their own ideas for highways. Basically, that's the concept. So you can basically publish any highway on here, any idea you have for a highway. The problem is, most of the ideas for highways are fucking stupid. I'll just flat out say it. I'll try not to be too harsh or too aggressive because most likely these people are kids. But I'll just start. Let's see. I'll start. We'll start with Interstate 36. All right. Interstate 36 is a major north-south highway. Not only is it a major highway that doesn't end in a 0 or 5, it's a north-south highway. Which, in case you don't know interstates, odd numbers are north to south. Like, interstates that end in odd numbers are north to south. Interstates that end in even numbers are east to west. Interstate 36 is an even number, yet it goes north to south. I don't know what to tell you. It is a highway in the southeast and midwestern United States. The route begins at an interchange with Interstate 56 in Florida City. Does that really... I mean, okay, I'll say this. If you... I'll bring this up later, because it'll make more sense once we get more context. So, begins at interchange with Interstate 56 in Florida City, then runs all the way to the Canadian border and in White River, Michigan, where it continues as Ontario Highway 36. Interstate 36 is one of the main north-south routes ending in 6 that was made in the 2026 re-signing. So there's a little bit of lore to this, so maybe if you want to be technical, maybe this like added lore makes it make more sense. But I don't know. Okay, so the description. In Florida, Interstate 36 begins with an interchange with Interstate 56 in Florida City, which is another interstate we'll get to. The route heads into Homestead and Kendall until it meets Florida State Highway 836, or the Dolphin Expressway in Doral. It just goes through a bunch of cities in Miami, and then the route continues north past the Southwest Ranches until it meets I-595 in Weston. So more Miami stuff. I-36 will then turn west out of the Miami Metro. Something you'll notice is a lot of the ones that start in Florida, which there are a ton of them, by the way, were made by the same person. So, I'm not going to name his name, just so people don't go out and harass him, because that's not cool. Even if this guy may be a little... I don't want to be rude. A little, unknowledgeable about roads. I mean, he's most likely just a kid who wants to have fun. But, just don't go harass him, please. He doesn't deserve it. The portion between Miami and Tampa is known as the Tamiami Freeway. There's a road, US 41, I'm pretty sure it's called the Tamiami Road. So they just decided, oh yeah, that's not important, no, let's just make a freeway. I'm pretty sure that's a really historic road. I don't think that's really necessary. In Bonita Springs, enters Fort Myers and Cape Coral. Okay, so, I really wish there was a freeway between Fort Myers and Miami. Oh, wait, there is! Interstate 75. So this is a common theme you'll see. I'm going to probably make this joke a ton, but they'll make interstates that go to places where interstates already go. So they're completely pointless. It's just wasted tax dollars. I mean, if it's really that big of a deal, you can make a high-speed rail. You could have the high-speed rail parallel the interstate. That way you can go, woo, yeah, it's pretty cool. And with Port Charlotte, yep. Interstate 36 then meets Interstate 2 in Sarasota. So that might be another fictional interstate, because I know there's another, not an Interstate 2 in Florida. But, I don't know. Also, basically, Interstate 36, in this scenario, replaces Interstate 275 through what appears to be its entire route. After that, Interstate 36 turns away from the coast and meets Interstate 10. It crosses into Aurelia, north of Tallahassee. So this is a fictional state. So anything that's stupid, there's not really anything that's stupid within a fictional state, because it's fictional. He can do whatever the hell he wants. This is the one thing that makes most of these roads make sense. If they add fictional cities and stuff that the roads connect to, then it makes more sense, because they're fictional and they don't actually have roads connecting them. If you build a freeway from, let me think. If you build a freeway from Fargo to Sioux Falls, it wouldn't be necessary, because there's already a freeway from Fargo to Sioux Falls. But say you build a freeway from Fargo to a fictional city in western Minnesota to Sioux Falls. Wait, I did it backwards. I'm stupid. Then it might make a little more sense, because it works as a, yeah, okay. Alright. Okay, so this is the fictional state of Aurelia. Interstate 36 enters Aurelia, or Aurelia, not sure, via the town of Attapulgos. That's actually a nice town name. If it wasn't in the South, I would live there. I fucking hate the South. Please don't kill me. The route then enters Bainbridge. Is that a real city? That's a real city, isn't it? It might be just like maybe it's like, you know how it's apparently north of Tallahassee, so maybe it's like a fictional state in between Florida, like Alabama, Georgia, and stuff. Alright, after that, the route passes Bakeley and Cuthbert before entering Stockton. In Stockton, the route meets Interstate 62 at a stack interchange and I-136 at a T interchange. Stockton, is that a real city? Hold on a sec, I need to do some research. So I take it Stockton's a fictional city, and that, in which case then it makes sense, because I was wondering if Stockton City was just some small-ass town in Alabama that, and there was because then it says that it meets Interstate 62 at a stack interchange. I was like, why is a stack interchange necessary? It's just, okay. After that, the route meets Interstate 46 and has a concurrency with it, splitting off north of the city. So, Grange. So I don't want to read the entire thing. It's going to make this video way too long. But, Interstate 36 then enters Aurelia at the Aurelia segment of the Chattanooga Metro. So Aurelia has part of Chattanooga in it, okay? And, let's see, standing at Fort Oglethorpe, Ruston, Interstate, 36, enters Tennessee north of Ruston and comes into Chattanooga city limits. Interstate 36 meets Interstate 24, Interstate 34, which is probably another fictional one, and Interstate 13. We'll get to Interstate 13 eventually. That one's crazy. I've seen it before. It's fucking insane. Oh yeah, I actually, before I continue more on this, I want to say, I used to make things like this too. On this wiki, I made a couple Alaskan interstates that made no sense. It was in a hypothetical scenario where Alaska apparently tripled in population, which, I hate to tell you, 14-year-old me, but no one wants to live in Alaska. I mean, yeah, there's beautiful nature, and it pays you to live there. That's the only pros of living there. Everything else is a con. And the only interstate that actually made sense was Interstate 37, which was a road from Rochester to Eau Claire. It still makes 1,000 times more sense than this. These things are crazy, just so you know. Okay. So, afterwards, Interstate 36 turns east to parallel the Tennessee River and head to Astoria, probably another fictional city. I-36 heads through the Appalachian Mountains in one of its rare 4-lane segments. So, it's more than... I'll assume it means, like, 2 in each direction. So, it's just 3 lanes through, like, the countryside. Like, why? One sec. Sorry, I thought I heard something. And it's, like, whatever. But, route then comes to Astoria Metro via Maryville. It curves east around Maryville, for North Petra. Splits with I-336. Alright, this seems really unfinished. But, it's mostly just really... Alright, here, let's go on to a different one, because this one's getting old. The Rooftop Highway, or Interstate A10 and Trans-Canada Highway 50.